a heart for the little man and woman that suffer. And I am here not only as your brother, but as a warner. The masses are rising. And you do not want to be on the wrong side of the anger of the masses when they rise. Trenchtown touched me. I have a cook from Haiti. She went out. I told her, don't go to the supermarket to buy nothing for me. Go to the market where the little farmer is farming and bringing their produce to the market. And when she came back, I looked at her, and she started talking, and the tears welled up in her eyes, because the little Jamaican had their wares out trying to sell in the midst of filth.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, this is Jamaica, not the well-dressed Jamaica, not the well-to-do Jamaica, but this is the majority of the people of Jamaica that have to live under conditions that you only see again in South Africa under apartheid. Did you hear me? Now, if we that have no feeling for those who don't have, if we who have been blessed to be elected by the people don't feel for the least of it, then let me talk to you from the scriptures that you know as a Christian. They came to Jesus and they asked Jesus, Master, when were you hungry and I fed you not? When were you naked and I clothed you not? When were you out of doors and I gave you not shelter? And when were you sick and imprisoned and I ministered not unto you? And Jesus said, inasmuch as you have not done these things to the least of these, listen to his words, my brethren. He never made any distinction between himself and the least of the people, because he knew as he was from God, so were they. And that's why the world heard Jesus, because he was the voice of the poor. Who will be the voice of the poor today that is ready to be hated by the powers that be? Because when you stand up for the poor, the rich who are on the living, thank you, brother, on the back of the poor, we got a soldier there. May Allah bless you, brother. It's going to take many like you. Did you know that Jesus said that this is going to be the criterion by which governments are judged? I'm going to say that again. This is the criterion by which governments are judged and separated. I'm going on. You know, in Curacao, in Barbados, and in Jamaica, a great Jewish writer, Dr. Mark Lee Raphael, made one of the more definitive statements on Jewish involvement in black slavery in the Caribbean. He wrote that in Brazil, Jews so completely monopolized the slave trade that slave auctions were postponed if they fell on a Jewish holiday. In all the American colonies, whether French, Martinique, British, or Dutch, Jewish merchants frequently dominated. Some people like to call Farrakhan an anti-Semite.
You're not.
But listen, most of you don't know them.
Yes, sir.
But they know you.
Yes, sir.
And every time you sit with somebody that knows you better than you know yourself,
yes,
or them, they have mastery over you.
Yes,
so when Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam puts out literature that no man can dispute its veracity,
yes, sir.
The secret relationship between blacks and Jews, this is not a document of hatred.
No, sir.
It is a document of fact. And we need to know how they got rich and powerful and influential, and you are still at the bottom of the socio-economic ladder as a people. Rabbis came to meet with me on a little farm that we have in Michigan. And I wanted to know, why they wanted to meet with me. And they said, one of their brothers from the Hasidic community in Brooklyn is in trouble in Bolivia. He's been arrested and accused with drug trafficking, which they declare he's innocent. But he owns thousands of hectares of land from Brooklyn. So when he finished, he said, could you, Farrakhan, use your influence with Evo Morales to get our brother freed? We would appreciate it if you would do that to help him. I said, I don't know Evo Morales. I said, but I'll tell you, he's a socialist. And as a socialist, he's interested in retrieving the land because the land belongs to the people. So if you want your brother free, send a representative to Bolivia and trade all those thousands of hectares for his freedom, and I believe he'll be back in Brooklyn soon. Now, why do you think the world is against socialism? And if you say you are desirous of a socialist philosophy, immediately America goes to work to destroy you. Now, you have the knowledge of recent history, so I'm just going to run it a little. But don't worry, say, but Farrakhan, I thought you was a religious man. You in all this political stuff? Yeah, I have to help us with the political stuff because the religious stuff is not working. That's why the political stuff is dominating the people. Now, look. They have a strategy. And this is why they don't want the masses educated. As long as you are ignorant to who you are and where you are and what belongs to you, you will work for somebody who claims from some piece of paper that they own what belongs to you. Now just listen now. So the young people who are uneducated and the educated ones, 84% leaving, that's part of the strategy. Because the learned are the natural head of the unlearned. The unlearned can't go anywhere without the learned, and the learned can't ever be free without the unlearned. So there has to be a connection between the learned and the masses. And when the learned put the hands of the masses to work and the feet of the masses to moving, they will carry the head like your shoulder and your body carries your head with honor and respect. But the enemy never wanted to see a connection between the learned and the unlearned. So here, a brain drain had to be a part of the strategy that would disallow the Caribbean from utilizing their own resources, raw materials, turning them into products, giving the people employment that would bring wages and a decent quality of life. So if you look now, did you know that there was a Jewish man, and I'm going to call his name, I have it here, but my memory is not as good as it was when I was a youngster, you know. But his name was Zamari. Have you heard of him? Zamari came to Selma, Alabama from Russia in 1892 and began his astounding business career as a peddler's assistant. He installed himself in the banana trade and came to own 3 million acres of land in Central America, more than the combined land areas of the 6 smallest nations. Nicknamed the Banana King, Zamari controlled the world trade of the world's most popular fruit. Samuel Zamari manipulated the internal affairs of the banana republics, where the profitable fruit, banana, was grown. He financed political coups and engineered CIA invasions of countries where he felt his business interests were threatened. It was the underhanded operations of Zamari's United Fruit Company that inflamed the revolutionary ardor of the legendary freedom fighters Fidel Castro and Ernesto Che Guevara. And Zamari's vast banana profits were also the source, beginning source of funding and political backing for the state of Israel in Palestine.